Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey coexist on the floor together, it has to work with these two. There's too much invested in Cade being the number one overall pick. Jaden Ivey being fifth overall, he has a game that does complement Cade Cunningham as an off-ball player. And I think that's where it's going to have to work for these two. They're both going to have to continue to work as off-ball players. Listen, I love what Jaden Ivey's doing on the ball. I think it's great. There's no other option. We have nobody else. And I mean, you could probably say Alec Burks, but when it comes to the young guys, it's Jaden Ivey when Cade's now down on the floor. But don't get it wrong. It is Cade Cunningham's team. This is the guy. He is the gas, the oil, the engine to make everything run. Without him, this is going to be a very long rebuild. But with Cade as the point guard, as the lead guard, you're in good hands. So I would say it's Cade's team, and Jaden Ivey has to play off of him. That doesn't mean Jaden Ivey can't bring the ball up and run the offense. It's just that I would rather see it be more of Cade Cunningham. I want there to be a pecking order. I want there to be some hierarchy between these two. I want it to be Cade at the top and then Jaden Ivey number two. That is what I want to see. That is how you're going to find success with these two. And I really think it depends on Jaden Ivey. You know what I'm saying? Like we're seeing Cade play off the ball, and there is some success where it's like, okay, yeah, I could see us going with another lead guard out there because he has shown to be that he can find success playing off the ball with that because he does have great size for the point guard and for the three spot. Like he can do it. And when you're looking at Ivy, and you kind of got to blame coaching with it. There's a lot of times he's just running to the corner and you don't know what's happening. It's just like, okay, is he taking himself out of the play or is this really what's being designed? Because this seems like a huge waste of his abilities. If it's going to work, I want to see Ivy in different actions. I want to see him in catch and shoots. He's developed that three-point shot. It has looked a lot better. He's had a handful of games where he's hit multiple three-pointers this season. And if he continues to develop that catch and shoot, that catch and drive game is going to open up for him. He catches it in that first step. It is so lethal. Nobody can stay in front of him. That's how it's going to work with these two. And also, what I would love to see the Pistons do in order to maximize Ivy's athleticism and speed, I want to see him run around like Rip Hamilton. If you go back and watch him in Purdue, this dude was so good at running off screens and navigating the defense to find open spots against the defense to get an open shot or, pump fake one dribble to the rim. Those are the things Ivy could do. We saw it in college. I want to see him do more handoffs. Again, it's all about getting him going downhill. And this is something you can do when Cade runs the offense. And then when you get a dribble handoff, whether it's from Dern or Isaiah Stewart or whoever else is out on the floor, then Cade can move to the off ball when Jaden Ivey has it. But these are the actions I want to see because if you start getting Jaden Ivey going downhill, good luck to any defense defending him. And I want to see more cuts. That's another thing that's going to make this work. I really do think the backcourt duo, the potential really depends on what Jaden Ivey does off the ball. I know I said Cade earlier, but again, Cade has found success. But I really think it depends on Jaden Ivey. We can't have him tucked in the corner, just standing still. We have to see this guy move on the offense. That's the only way it's going to work. And there's one final thing I want to say: stagger the minutes between these two. You know what I'm saying? You could literally have one of these two guys on the floor all the time. I want to see them make it work together, and I am confident that they'll make it work together. But again, stagger their minutes where Cade's running the show for a little bit. Then Jaden Ivey's running the show for a little bit. That is something I would like to see, and that is how I think it's going to work. And I don't really think it's that complicated. I mean, we're sitting here watching it, and you're just like kind of blown away a little bit where you're like, I don't get what we're doing. We basically have like a jumbo Chris Paul in Cade Cunningham, but yet we're sticking Jaden Ivey, the best athlete on this team, in the corner mind you, the best athlete with the most skill, and he's just being wasted sitting in the corner and not doing anything else offensively. Like there are certain things you can draw up where he doesn't need the ball in his hands, where you can quickly get the ball to his hands, where then you can maximize his abilities. And we're just not seeing it, man. It can be disgusting sometimes watching these games because you're scratching your head just wondering why. What are we doing?